Welcome to part 3 of how to post often to Craigslist. Again, we're going to go through the posting process. I'm going to give you a slight alternative. In my last video, I posted to Boone in 5 categories. However, I used the same domain extension, easyaathomework.com, as I did yesterday, and they ghosted most of what I did, even though I verified it with a phone number. So Craigslist is tricky, so we're going to learn from this mistake, and I'm going to show you an alternative. You can either get a second domain and rotate them every day, because it's a 48-hour window they're looking for on Craigslist, or you can get a mail.com account for free. As you can see, we're at mail.com. I'm going to enter in my email address, which is as professional as I can make it. It's my main address. And what we're going to do when we enter is we're going to create an alias. The great thing about mail.com, and I know some other providers provide this, so feel free to use anyone you know that does this. The great thing about mail.com is that they have tons of email extensions, domain names that you can use to create aliases, and you can delete them when you're done so there's no spam. So what I did here is I created something called becca@solutionforyou.com. But let me give you an example. Create new email address. We're going to look through all of these. Let's try, that's a great one because that makes sense. So we're going to try RLC Wednesday. No, I don't want to use anything similar to what I used last time on Craigslist. So we'll just say Rebecca@post.com. Let's see if it's available. Nope. Okay. Let's do rainbow@post.com. Okay, my account is really about incentives, so we're going to check that one. Okay, so we're going to create this alias. So now every time I actually use this email, it will come to my rebecca.chrisman@mail.com, but I can delete it at any time so that I no longer receive it, and that way it's a disposable email address. Okay. So now let's go to Craigslist, and I'm going to show you how to post to Craigslist. I have chosen a state and a city, which is Eastern North Carolina. As you can see, there's tons of areas nearby that I can choose from. It's just a wealth of opportunity. And I'm going to post in 5 different categories. I like office and admin, business and management, customer service, general labor, and marketing, PR, and advertising. I'm actually going to try to post more than 5 today to see how many I can get in one city, or even posting in multiple cities until they actually ghost me. And then I'll delete that email address or wait 2 days and use it again later. Most likely I will just delete it because Craigslist remembers all your email address. It may not be tracking my activity to know what I'm doing, but it does capture that email address and remember it and create criteria around it. So let's post the classified. I don't create accounts anymore because I feel like they can keep track of you more, and every time you create an account you have to have a phone number. As I mentioned before, I got a Virgin mobile phone that I can change the number every 24 hours just in case I need it. I've already done it once today, so I can't create a new account. I have some accounts out there that I could use as a backup already. I did it for like 4 days. I created like 4 backup accounts. But I like to just post flat out like this. reply with any comments you have about this method. I like to learn as much as I can about Craigslist, because it is an extremely high ranking website. I mean, it gets tons of traffic. I mean, Los Angeles, and that's why they're charging for the big cities. So here it is, job offered. Let's click that. Yeah, the little dot doesn't show up on my browser, but it does go through. It tells you not to put anything for business opportunities, multi-level marketing, referral marketing, positions requiring upfront fees, or positions involving nudity. Actually, my particular offer does not involve any of that, but there are people who post with that, so you just have to be careful of your wording. One of the things I do is I use an image for my text, and I will show that in another video on how to create a text image and link to it. That way they can't track what I'm saying except in my headline, and that's where you're careful. So I'm going to click I will abide by these guidelines. And I'm going to start with the top, admin office job. And I'm going to click over to my text file. I have a rich text file called My Network is Instant Money Network. All the ads are in here, and I have the HTML I created for the ad. As you see, you could just post text in there if you want. Here's the text right here, but I've put it as an image, posted it on Photo Bucket, and then created a URL link to my website. So that's how I prefer to do it. So let's paste this in here, and I'm going to go back and look at my title again. It's time to quit your job. It's time to quit your job. I always put anywhere, or you could put telecommute. You can put a specific location if you are trying to drive local traffic. Like I also do Avon, and so I like to stay local because we have a network here. Let's try that email address and see if I show up. Incentives@post.com. Incentives@post.com. I'm just going to make sure that was the right email address. Go back to settings, create alias address. Yes, that's it right there. That one right there. Okay, cancel. Go back here. Okay, so I don't want any replies to this email in particular. If you decide to reply, do not show your real email address. I wouldn't even put it in the email body. You will get spam, but again, if you use Mailinator or an alias like I've done, you can delete it when you're done. So, but you don't want them to remember it, because once you delete it, that's that. Compensation's got to be filled in. I change it for each one so it's not identical. Admin office usually work on salary, so I'm going to say $3,000 per month plus. That is feasible with us because we can earn easily $500 a day on Internet Money Network. I always select part-time because there's a category that filters out all part-time jobs, so I get a second listing. I like to highlight it for disabilities because I myself am disabled and have a heart for the disabled, helping them start a home business. A lot of people put images. I think they're good, but it just takes a lot of time, and right now I'm just trying to master getting on Craigslist on a regular basis, and then I'll probably download some images from Photo Bucket and put them on my computer and upload them. Okay, so you see there's my image. This is an image that's clickable. And I've got my URL in there so that they know where they're going, but I bought that domain name, and I created a subdomain name for each of my business opportunities. I have several. Okay, so now we're going to publish. And it tells me it has sent an email to incentives@post.com. You probably just heard my phone say you have mail. So I'm going to go to my main mail account. Check mail. There it is. This came in through incentives ad, even though my email address is rebecca.chrisman@mail.com. So I'm going to post that. And then I want to make sure I'm in Firefox when I click this link, because if you click it in any other browser that you allow tracking, it will mess up your whole process. I always like to open it in a new tab because I do this repetitively and I want to keep my mailbox open. Let's see if this works. If not, then it's done something with my IP address. Nope, it has. So, see, there's a lesson learned. If you have a solution for this, please let me know. I don't know why it's asking me a lot. It may have started to block my IP address, which I'll have to learn a little bit about resetting that. So, anyway, that is how you set it up. You would have to enter in a unique number in here every time you do it. I may just not post for today and post tomorrow because I get that 48-hour window. I shall probably have to wait 2 days from today. So that's Craigslist for you. Some are experts at it, and I'm growing, but this is a good trick. So I'm gonna try the phone number I used on my last one to see if it'll let me use it. Okay, so the phone number I had was 252. This is on my Virgin Mobile number. Let's see if it'll do it. This is a good example to see what happens when you enter a number you've already used. Okay, it worked. It likes me to verify every email I use when I do a post, so maybe an account is worth it, huh? Okay, so what you'll hear in a minute is I'm going to get a phone call, and it's going to give me a number to put in here, and once I submit that verification code, it's going to say that my ad is posted. Then I'm going to go back and check in about 5 minutes and make sure that it actually did. That's all for now. Thanks, guys.